the details are good. The fact that the government can now pat itself on the back, or at least is attempting to do so by saying that they are largely successful in flattening the curve. And to explain that phenomenon, let's first quickly start with the days number. So you've got an increase in the number of cases, but it is not in 4 digits, it is in 3 digits. 826 new cases. The total cases are at 12,759. The number of recoveries are up, and the number of deaths also is not really the peak that we have seen in the past. Bear in mind, these are not the final numbers. The data keeps collating itself, and maybe by tonight we'll have a clear idea as to what these numbers are. But as of this moment, seems encouraging for the government. Let's first talk about Maharashtra, which has quite literally become the epicenter of the COVID-19 fight in India, where a total of 2,919 cases have been added today. In Delhi, you've got around 1,500 cases with 32 deaths in all. This is continuously increasing in other parts also. So Maharashtra and Delhi are now going to be very, very closely monitored. Even in Tamil Nadu, as you mentioned, 1,242 total cases with a total of 14 deaths that have been reported. Now, one significant point that needs to be mentioned as we quickly tell you the figures from Madhya Pradesh and other parts of the country, the one significant point that needs to be mentioned is how the government is tabulating. Maybe in due course, Sonia, if you permit, we'll be able to get you more information. There you go, on your screen right now, how the COVID cases are growing in this country. So this is a complex matrix to make you understand very simply that percentage that you see on your screen right now is the rate at which the cases are doubling in this country. So the higher the percentage, that means that your doubling rate is also higher, the number of cases. The lower the percentage, that means you're doubling your cases in more days, which is a good thing, and it facilitates the flattening of the curve. The All India figure is at 10%, which is roughly taking 6 days to double your numbers. Maharashtra, if you see, is at 14%, which means that it doubles its cases quickly, frequently, maybe in about 4 to 5 days. That in Delhi is also above the total national average. That in Madhya Pradesh is also above the national average. Gujarat and the biggest defaulter is the Uttar Pradesh at 16%. But let's take a look at the other figures of the states that are below the national average. And this is encouraging, because if the All India figure is at 10%, then you've got a Tamil Nadu which is at 5%. That means it takes much more time in doubling. Cases double there approximately every 12 days. In Rajasthan also is at 8%, down 2. Telangana about 5 lower than the national average. Andhra Pradesh is at 7. And Kerala, which is a remarkable success story, is only at 1%. That means they double their cases every 20 to 22 days. So Kerala being, in fact, looking at it itself as a very, very successful model.
Right. So interestingly, also now the big focus on the red zone. So the good news the government also gave today is that they said 325 districts in India have no cases at all. So those are clearly going to be in the green zones from the 20th of April. What are the details on the district map of India, red, orange and green, Sanket?
That's right. Let's quickly take a look at the heat map, if you were, red, orange and green. So the red zone or the hot spots are on your screen right now. And we'll call this a bit of good news, because India has not added more hotspots or not added more red zones since yesterday. So you've got 170. Of course, there are an additional 207 that are in the wait and watch list. But the green is perhaps a sign of positivity. You can see that the maximum number of red zones have been declared in Andhra Pradesh. You can see almost 56 to 70% of that state is part of a hotspot. There are a lot of white zones also, Sonia, and this is what the government will have to monitor very closely, because these are the non-hotspot districts with clusters, which means that they have a chance of becoming hotspots.
Exactly. So those are very crucial numbers the government is going to be tracking. Sanket, thanks so much for that explanation.